Harvest.
Welcome, dear listeners from all across the continent. In Mali, dozens of political parties held a press conference to reaffirm their opposition to a potential dissolution by the ruling junta. Amid ongoing crisis in South Sudan, the South Sudanese government presented an action plan to implement the 2018 agreement which established a unity government. The African Union condemned the terrorist attack in northern Benin on April 17th, which killed 54 soldiers, reaffirming its commitment to combat terrorism in the Sahel region. 12 Nigerian soldiers have been killed in an attack in the west of the Sahel country and 2 suspects have been arrested, the army said in a statement. Sudan's Army Chief General Abdel Fattah Burhan vowed to halt drone attacks targeting the country's power stations and threatened retribution against the RSF and their supporters. In Madagascar, President Andry Rajoelina has decided to relaunch the joint committee with France on June 30th to discuss the future of scattered islands which are currently under French control. This comes after the French president's proposal for joint administration instead of transferring sovereignty sparked a widespread debate among both the Malagasy government and opposition. In Algeria, Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune extended his condolences to the families of the 4 victims who lost their lives in a landslide that swept away 5 fragile homes in Iran. Always in Algeria, African diplomats emphasized the importance of developing intra-African trade and enhancing cooperation and communication among African countries to advance the principles of economic integration within the framework of the African Continental Free Trade Area. This was highlighted during an opening lecture at the 3rd edition of the African Business Salon. Tanzania has lifted a ban on import of agricultural produce from Malawi and South Africa days after imposing it retaliation for similar measures imposed by the 2 southern African nations. Uganda declared the end of its Ebola outbreak on Saturday, 3 months after confirming cases in Kampala. In football, the Africa Under-20 Cup kicks off today in Cairo with Egypt facing South Africa and Zambia meeting Sierra Leone. In the CAF Confederation Cup semi-finals second leg, CS Constantine hosts RC Barkan, while Stellenbosch takes on Simba SC. In the African School Championship, Tanzania won the boys' title over Senegal on penalties and Ghana's Gertrude 2-0 against Uganda. And before we wrap up, we wish both Sierra Leone and Togo happy Independence Day. And that's all for today. Wish you all a great evening.